Hey guys, in today's video we're going to be doing a good old fun YouTuber challenge. Now this is one I don't think I've ever seen be done before because, you know, it's very unique and it's very fun. So basically what we're going to be doing is taking multiple YouTubers that have committed criminal actions and somehow gotten away with them, and we're going to see which one blamed these illegal incriminating actions on their mental health. And the catch is, whoever didn't do that actually wins the big old prize, which is indeed prison time. So without further ado, oh wait, no one won this challenge. They all lost. Oh. Now first off, on a serious note here, before we go anywhere, I just want to ask a question for all of you guys. Have you ever committed a serious crime and blamed that crime on your mental health? Because if you have, what I want you to do is call 999 and say, hello, I need to go to jail. And if you haven't done that, simply comment no. Red Kiwiz, also known as Kiwiz, is a Fortnite gaming YouTuber. Basically, he's someone who kind of took the age rating of 13 plus on Fortnite a bit too seriously, because he's had a lot of serious accusations and allegations made against him in the last 4 years. And to be honest, I hadn't really seen them up until this year, and I am really confused to a point of where I want to throw up. Like, I'm making jokes, but this situation is disgusting. So before we go any further, I do want to say, serious topic. I'm going to make a few jokes just to kind of make it easier for me to present and easier for you to listen to. But this is actually disgusting.
What is
Subdrama Nation? Yes, in 2016, Red Kiwiz, at the age of 19, was accused of soliciting nude imagery with a 14-year-old who at one point was 12 years old, which obviously is highly illegal, and Red Kiwiz actually did admit it. Keemstar basically proceeded to have an interview with Kiwiz, and also the victim's mother was in the interview at the same time. In this interview, Kiwiz stated that his grooming of the victim began since this girl was 12 years old and was ongoing until a month before Keemstar released this interview.
It was 14 or whatever, but
it was a month ago.
Yeah, and a month ago on Snapchat, yes.
Okay, so a month ago you sent her a picture.
Yes.
But the problem with that is you're 19 and she's 14 at the time.
But the thing, like, I was in a really, like, depressed state. Like, she was talking to me, like...
He was depressed. She was a minor. According to the comment section, the minor was in the wrong. I'm not joking. For the last 4 years, yes, this was in 2016, Kiwiz has somehow gotten away with this. And I actually think, to credit to Keemstar, this interview was well handled and a genuine good interview that aged well, despite on release getting so much hate and so many negative comments, even up until 2 years ago. Because Red Kiwiz, since this happened, has created a YouTube group. He's still making videos and he's still earning a lot of money despite admitting to these allegations. Now, the prime reason I believe Red Kiwiz has gotten away with these crimes is mainly because, you know, he makes content which is catered towards a much younger audience, and he also may have a bit of a cult-like audience who pretty much just hear whatever this guy says and believes them, because Red Kiwiz has released statements recently which in my eyes are extremely manipulative, especially towards a younger audience, which makes me think this guy is still a danger to the platform, and even if he hadn't released these statements, I still think he is a complete danger.
Like, when the first time it happened, when we were getting a little bit more flirty with each other, whatever, she did send me pictures, but she asked me to send her pictures, and I told her I felt really uncomfortable because, you know, of who I am and just everything.
No. He felt uncomfortable because he knew that he was breaking the law, and he actually basically just goes on and explains that that very much was the case when he said that after she confirmed that he could trust her, he then proceeded with it.
I felt really uncomfortable doing that, and she said that she could trust me, or I could trust her, and that nothing would happen. And I believed I could trust her.
He believed he could trust her, guys, so he then went and did this crime, thinking he would get away with it, but obviously, that's not the case.
So, it was a mistake. Being a teenager is kind of like a heat of the moment. Everybody makes mistakes, And I do want to apologize to the mother, by the way, for the inconvenience and any harm that Jerica has.
A lot of people like to bring up the point of clout chasing about the alleged victims in this situation. Oh, they're clout chasing, man. They're only coming out about this because they want some clout. Let me ask you a little question here, my friends. Let me ask you this. Would you rather support somebody who likes Twitter likes or somebody who is a groomer and a predator? Like, in the worst case scenario, this girl did it for attention. Let's just say that. Let's put that out there, which I don't believe, but let's put that out there. Still, Red Kiwiz has sent nudes and received nudes from a minor whilst being an adult. Now tell me, Red Kiwiz fans, who seem to be disliking videos to this day about this topic, how do you support that? A lot of people like to point out, oh, this was 4 years ago. Okay, now, 4 years is a pretty long time, but the thing is, if Red Kiwiz actually went to jail and the US justice system was actually good, he would still be in jail. Red Kiwiz has escaped, he's still making money, and all his repercussions is a few people made a few mean tweets and I'm making a video about it. I think Red Kiwiz got out of this on the best, whereas a 12-year-old to 14-year-old has had their life damaged by this.
I was in a really like depressed state. Like she was talking to me, like she kept on saying how she was saying how she was so attached to me, and I was saying, and she said how she wanted to meet up, and I said that's really weird, I don't want to meet up. Like, that's
gaslighting, a word that is overused completely on Twitter, but that is exactly what it is in this situation. Red Kiwiz convinced the girl that she's the weird one in the situation, the minor. He convinced her. Up until a month before this interview was released, he was still engaging in these conversations that she is the weird one, and borderline convinced her that she is the one in the wrong. And also, it seems that the comments actually believe this. A lot of people, including Kiwiz himself, like to say, oh, well, you know, she lied about her age. She said that she was 14 when she was 12.
She wasn't 12, she was 13. She said she was 14. She lied.
She said she was 14. And you still went along with it? Like, does anyone hear this and think,
I did not lie, you idiot.
Jerica, you did.
Oh yeah, she's 14. She hasn't even gone through the development stage that a human being goes through. A 14-year-old or a 12-year-old cannot consent.
Jonathan, I didn't.
Jerica, I swear to God you did. You lied. You know you did.
I know I didn't. You're just trying to defend yourself.
And it's bizarre, disgusting, and incredible that he is still around on the platform. He's still getting support. But also, the guy is still liked by his fans. The guy still has support. It's like a MiniLadd situation. The guy came out about it, and for some reason at the starting, people were supportive. There are verified accounts supporting this guy. And big up Cavos. I know some people have problems with him, but big up him actually saying, like, what are you on about, man? What are you on about? Now, I am going to show you some comments addressing this situation from Kiwiz's fans, but I do just want to say, videos like this seem to kind of get flagged in the system, and I want this video to get, you know, traction, and I also want people to stay for as I cover this story. So, if you wouldn't mind hitting the subscriber button and the bell, I am trying to hit 700k, I would really appreciate it, because I'm going to cover this story. I'm going to be covering Zoe Laverne, and I'm going to be covering other situations just like this, including MiniLadd, because this is disgusting, and I don't know how this goes on YouTube and TikTok to this day. So the first comment I found is probably one of the most generic comments I see in every single situation like this. If the girl was 19 and the boy was 14, no one would care. Absolutely incorrect. Zoe Laverne, 19 years old, popular TikToker, is currently being cancelled and exposed at this very moment of time for her interactions with a 13-year-old boy. She is disliked by everyone now. Yes, she has avoided a jail cell, but at the end of the day, her career is only going to go down from her. Yes, it's disgusting that people are still supporting her in the comments, but my friend, you are still supporting this guy in the comments. They both committed crimes. This is a terrible argument. It does not matter. This thing happened. Maybe outside of the 21st century you could possibly make this case, but it still isn't a relevant point because he's committed these crimes and he's admitted to them. Stop talking. I am on my knees. Why is the girl mad? She started this. Yes. Let's blame the 12-year-old girl, the minor in this situation. Let's blame the 12-year-old girl and not the 19-year-old guy who was in a place of power and significant influence. Can you use a tiny, minuscule, minor substantial amount of your little fucking brain cell? Can you go into the deepest, darkest part of your brain where there is that tiny little half an ounce, a little tiny inch of a brain cell? Go into that for a second and look into it and find those human morals and realize that what you just said is stupid. Not just stupid, but immoral. What you have said breaks the laws of human common morals. You are an idiot. Like a complete moron. I am actually outstanding by this situation. I am more angry in this situation because this has been going on for 4 years. This stretches back to 2016 when he was exposed and people have just let it go. I've only recently looked into it because it's really only popped up in my timeline, but I am outstanded by this. And also, when you're 12 years old, again, you can't consent because your brain has not developed and you are not an adult. Get this into your brains if you are a Red Kiwiz fan. Get this into your little brains. You can't consent at a young age because your brain hasn't developed. And also, Red Kiwiz admitted it was ongoing while she was 14 and he was 19 a month before the interview.
It was 14 or whatever, but
it was a month ago.
Yeah, and a month ago on Snapchat, yes.
Okay, so a month ago you sent her a picture.
Yes.
But the problem with that is you're 19 and she's 14 at the time.
But the thing, like...
It's insane to me that anyone can defend... It upsets me. Like, it truly does. I've known people who have been victims in a familiar situation, and stuff like this truly hurts to see. Like, I'm making jokes here and there, but honestly... It's horrifying that I am on the same platform as this guy. It really, and I love YouTube. It's a wonderful platform and there are issues here. And this is one of the issues. This guy needs to be removed from the website. YouTube have actually been pretty good at tackling this sort of stuff. But here is a very open thing and it's not been dealt with. I really think YouTube need to step in here. I don't care if it was 4 years ago. If he went to jail, he would have still been in jail at this very point. But sadly, and I don't think anyone, especially after this year, can deny that the US justice system and the most justice systems in Western society cater towards richer people with money and influence. There is no way that anyone can deny this. And now, as I said, up until recently, given the fact that society is actually progressing, this situation again popped up. People began to call him out. People were basically saying, this guy diddles kids. And he responded. Again. Hey guys, I just wanted to make this tweet to address what's going on. The situation I was part of nearly 5 years ago has been brought up again. I mean, it was 4 years ago. It was 4 years. It wasn't 5. It was 4 years ago. And also, if it was 5 years ago, that doesn't matter. You still committed these crimes, and if you actually got convicted, you would be on a register, mate, even 10 years later into the future. This guy is literally only saying this in a manipulative tactic to convince his audience that it doesn't matter because it was 5 years ago, and his 12-year-old fans will think,
oh yeah, a long time ago, so what doesn't matter, it was just some YouTube drama 5 years ago.
No, YouTube drama is Jake Paul, I don't know, he eats his dog's poo. That's YouTube drama. I don't think it's ever happened, but that's YouTube drama. YouTube drama isn't being a predator. That's a crime, which people on this platform seem to get away with quite a lot. I do, however, want to deeply and genuinely apologise once again for what transpired. I was sorry then, and I'm still sorry now. I had to rebuild and learn from my mistakes and face many consequences. This isn't a mistake. I'm sorry, this isn't a mistake, it's a crime. A mistake, as I said earlier, is Jake Paul eating his dog's poo. Don't know if it's happened, but it may well have happened. That's a mistake, kind of, but you grooming a child is not a mistake. It's a serious crime and you are still making money. You formed this new YouTube group, you're still friends with other influencers, and you're still getting millions and millions of views per month on your YouTube channel. You are lucky, you are earning money, and you are getting away with this, and you're crying because a few influencers are now finally calling you out despite getting away with this for so long. He then goes on to say, oh, he's taken a break from the internet because of mental health and harassment. Bro, it's not harassment. It's called being criticized for grooming. MiniLadd, Tony Lopez, Zoe Laverne, Cryotic, they were all criticized. They're being run off platforms because they have committed crime. Now, harassment, going to somebody's house, threatening them, stuff like that, that's actually harassment. But what I'm doing right now is I am merely criticizing your actions, which you have admitted to on a public platform in a video with 1 million views, and you again admitted to on your Twitter platform. This is commentary. I am saying what you have done is trash. I am saying that makes you trash. And this is what I don't understand by Kiwiz fans even in 2020, because a guy criticized Kiwiz recently and there are about 1/4 of dislikes on this video saying, oh, this is old news, this is old news. Do you not realize how much that has probably damaged this victim's mental health? This began when she was 12 years old. That is an extremely unnatural thing to happen to you at such a young age. That will probably give them PTSD until they're very older. Kiwiz complained that this situation gave him PTSD and his fans were empathetic over it. Well, why aren't you empathetic over a victim who had their life probably ruined by this to some certain degree? I believe most of the people defending him aren't adults, but if you are a Kiwiz fan, can you really justify these actions to me? A lot of his fans like to make this argument of, oh, he's growing, he's becoming a better human being. I'm sorry. Growing is when you made a few dodgy tweets 5 years ago. Growing isn't, oh, it's been 4 years since, he grooms that 12-year-old. He's great now. He made those big old Fortnite videos. Those ones where he went around playing Fortnite. Well, he's actually really good now, and he's definitely not done anything extremely immoral because, he played Fortnite. How can anyone make this? Oh, God, I hate this platform. I love it. Boy, there are some problems. And talking about Fortnite, this game is primarily dominated by kids. Like MiniLadd, this guy makes content primarily directed at children. He is making videos which children watch, and his children audience are now defending criminal actions that they probably can't comprehend. This makes me think he is endangering his audience. He is a danger. He is putting these beliefs into his audience mind that it's okay what he did because it was 4 years ago and he's grown. By doing this, his audience may start to think, I can commit these terrible, heinous crimes because in 4 years' time, I would have grown and become a better person. That is why this person should not be on this app. He has not learned. He has not grown. He is the exact same person as he was 4 years ago. He was an adult when these things were happening. He admitted in a Keemstar interview that he was an adult when it was happening a month before. The only reason he did that interview is because he was called out on his bullshit. If he wasn't called out, it would probably have continued way past then. If you honest to God say that you're against these terrible crimes but then support Red Kiwiz, MiniLadd, all I can say to you is go to therapy. Please go to therapy because I'm genuinely worried that you are going to do something terrible in your lifetime as well. Now that is the end of the video. I know I've been a bit angry in this video because it's so bizarre. It's so bizarre, and this video is going to get dislikes. This video is going to get hatred in the comment section because I'm standing up for a victim who has literally had the predator admit to these things. So if you could genuinely do me a favor and drop a like get this, I don't know, 50,000 likes, that would be wonderful. Please share this video. That's the main one. Share this video. Get it out there. Tell people about this creator because the only way we can deplatform predators is by talking about it. Get the hashtag deplatform predators going again if you have to because it really does help. I'm genuinely saying we need to start speaking about these problems. Yes, some creators out there are brilliant. The Right Opinion, Aubrey, everyone who speaks about it are wonderful and I applaud them for being brave in these situations because it is difficult because sometimes it can flip back on you and you will get hatred. So I would have to say, please share these videos. Please go watch other videos and inform people and just get the word out there. thank you, and please go follow my social medias. I'm sorry if this was so dramatic. inabber69 on Twitter, and inabber on Instagram. Once again, we're going to do some funny things coming up soon, some Christmas funnies. It's not always like this on this channel. Trust me, we're not completely serious. This isn't a channel dedicated to exposing predators. We like to have fun. We'll do this every now and again when it has to actually be done. But yeah, thanks for coming along. You guys are wonderful. I hope you listened, and I hope you agree with me. And if you don't agree with me, please go to prison. That's the end of the video. Peace out. Have a good day.